You only really need 2 exercises to improve flat feet and overpronation. But without 3 other key factors, you might be wasting your time. So let's have a look at the 5 important steps of getting your feet in good shape. The 2 muscle groups that you need to strengthen to improve flat feet and overpronation are the small muscles that support the foot arch and the larger foot inverters that lift the arch from above. So let's start off with the small foot muscles. Sitting down, squeeze the muscles underneath your foot to scrunch up your foot and increase your arch. The tendency will be to scrunch up your toes too, but aim to keep the ball of your foot down and the toes straight. This is a subtle movement and a lot harder than it sounds. If you were to compare it to a hand motion, it would look and feel like this motion, rather than this motion. This movement lifts the middle part of the foot up. Hold it for 10 seconds and repeat 5 to 10 times. Once you've got the hang of it, move to a standing position to do the exercise. This might take you a few days. You might see videos with towel toe curls to strengthen the small foot muscles. And you can do these too, scrunching your foot to pull the towel towards you with toes curled. But most research seems to indicate that short foot exercises are slightly better than toe curls. And we're going to use some of that toe curling motion in the first part of exercise 2. The second exercise is an inversion exercise to bring in Tibialis Posterior, and we do this in 2 positions. Start by standing with a slight knee bend and pulling the inside of your foot up so that you're on the outside of your foot, but with the tip of the big toe still touching the ground. Hold this for 5 seconds and repeat 5 to 10 times. Next, put a folded cloth between your heels and, keeping the balls of your feet on the ground this time, bring the heels together and up in a scooping motion. Hold for 5 seconds and repeat 5 to 10 times. A lot of modern footwear has a narrow toe box, and the more pushed in your toes are, the less pronation support you have. The wider set the toes, particularly the big toe, the more pronation support you have, so choosing footwear with a wider toe space will help enormously. Shoes with pronation support, ones that are stiffer to rotate in the back 2/3, will help to take pressure off plantar fascia, soft tissue on the inside of the lower leg and the knee. But wearing them all the time makes the muscles that support your arch weaker and you can become dependent on them. So try to wean yourself off them slowly once you have any symptoms or injuries under control. One relatively common problem that will cause you to pronate more as you walk or run is a lack of ankle mobility. If you can't bend your ankle enough, the foot will turn out and pronate more to compensate. So do this test on yourself. With your toes 12 centimeters or 5 inches from a wall, bring your knee as close as you can to the wall. If you can easily touch the wall, your ankle movement is okay. If you can't touch the wall, feel for where the resistance is. If it's at the front, you have a restricted ankle joint that needs to be mobilized. If it's tight at the back, then tight calf muscles are the issue and you need to stretch them. I'll be doing a video on ankle mobility soon because it affects all kinds of things in the body, so keep an eye out for that. The last key to improving overpronation is to sort out any gluteal weakness. Research shows that pronation exercises are much more effective if they're coupled with gluteal strengthening exercises. Why? Because when your glutes are strong, they externally rotate the hips, bringing the knees apart and reducing pressure on the inside of the foot and ankle. But when the glutes are weak, which is remarkably common, the hips internally rotate, the knees roll in, and this drives the inside of the foot and ankle down. Simple glute bridges, when coupled with the first 2 exercises, will give you better results for your feet. So to do this, lie face up, lift your pelvis right up, hold for 5 seconds, then lower down and repeat that 10 times once a day. Start on both legs and then slowly progress onto single leg bridges. So there you go, the 5 keys to help flat feet and to reduce overpronation. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing because it always helps, and let me know how you go in the comment section below. Okay, cheers.